just as excited I was after the short program, I am devastated now, almost to the point of emptiness inside, because I really wanted Luna Hendricks to succeed and win a medal. And then we also have the judges who can't judge and who are destroying the sport and taking out the joy of it because they are so unfair. But let's take this competition from the beginning and by the time that they all skated. And why not begin on a little more positive note with Nina Petrokina from Estonia, who did wonderful in her free program. So wonderful, in fact, that she climbed from place 17 to 8. And I was so thrilled for the Estonian crowd to see that their own skater do so well. She also has a lovely dress. I'm a huge fan of it. It's black with a dark blue edge, and when she spins it's like light blue fire. It's awesome. The other Estonian, Eva-Lotta Kibus, also had a magnificent dress. It's like melting gold. I just love it, and I think the Estonians, they really know how to make dresses apparently. Unfortunately, she didn't have a golden skate. She fell. And well, she has been quite inconsistent during the last 2 seasons, but I was really rooting for her because, you know, she was in Estonia, her home country, and I really wanted her to pull through. Unfortunately, she didn't, and she cried afterwards to the point that she was shaking, and I was like, poor little girl. I just wanted to give her a hug, and I hope she has a better skate at the Olympics. Let's move on to Yekaterina Ryabova from Azerbaijan, who climbed from 7th to 6th place during her free program, and her free program was solid, not as good as the short program in my opinion, and her dress was fabulous too, but once again not as good as her short program. Apparently I'm a huge fan of her short program. Or something. Moving on to Anastasia Gubanova, who instead went from 6th place to 7th because she fell. And I was sad because she's such a lovely skater. Her musicality is wonderful, and her arms, they are almost like flowing water or something. I don't know if that was a good description, but my point is, they look beautiful. Over to the highlight of this competition, which was Ekaterina Kurakova from Poland. Oh my god, I love this girl so much. Her skate wasn't perfect. She had a few wonky landings, but nothing major. And her interpretation of the music, it's like she has her own little theater up there. She radiates so much joy, and she's so cute at the end where she closes the door and I'm like, ooh. And she really deserved more points for interpretation and performance and skating skills. I think honestly that she was underscored. However, she was really excited for her score nonetheless, but I think once again she should have gotten more. And also her dress, oh, I love her dress, it's so cute. It's quite, you don't see these kind of dresses that often in figure skating, but it really suits this program. Moving on from someone who was underscored to someone who was overscored. Anna Sherbakova. This is where it all went downwards for me. I have so much to say about Anna. Let's begin with the positive. She really put herself together after the failure that was her short program, and I just have to commend her willpower and her I think she's really competitive is the thing, and I really like the combination of her being so sweet and kind and humble, and then she has this fiery competitive side inside of her. I think that's an exciting combination. And she gave it her all out there, and I think I mean she has secured the spot for the Olympics now from Lisa, which I was a little sad because I really wanted Lisa to go, since this might be her last chance to go to Olympics, but like, well, I'm happy for Anna too. Really, the Russians need more spots, but at the same time not, because otherwise they would be like top 10 skaters would be from Russia. Maybe like Russia needs to divide into many countries so they can send more skaters. Like both Alina Zagitova and Kamila Valieva are from Tatar descent, so if they were competing for, oh my god, I just realized, if they would both have been competing for Tatarstan, then Tatarstan would have won 2 consecutive gold medals at the Olympics, because Alina Zagitova won 2018 and Kamila is most certainly gonna win 2022. I mean, Tatarstan. Wow, that was a tangent. Let's go back to Anna Kurakova. She did a quadruple, a quad flip, however it was under-rotated. But of course the judges didn't comment on that because she is a Russian ethereal girl, and her triple flip combination, it had a full blade takeoff, but the judges of course didn't comment on that because she is a Russian ethereal girl, and as usual her flips and loses are very similar. They don't have a clear inside or outside edge, but she doesn't get any comments on that either, because say it with me, she's a Russian ethereal girl. Whoa! And why I'm so mad about this is because if she would have been not have been an ethereal girl, she would have gotten marks on that, and her GOE would have been much lower. Her PCS are as usual really overscored once again. But once again, I do love her, don't get me wrong. She always gives it all on the ice, and I like this program for her, especially when in the middle, when like she looks evil. I'm a big fan of that. She seems I can't speak. She seems to have a lot of fun on the ice with this free program, and I mean, that's always fun to see. However, if you would have judged this realistically in combination with a short program, she would have at least 20 points less. And I hate that she's overscored because it makes me not like Anna, which is totally unfair because it isn't her fault. And if she wasn't overscored, I honestly would have been a huge fan of her and she would have been one of my favorite skaters. But since the judges root on her too much, I just can't root for her. I'm sorry. Moving on to the next Russian lady who was overscored, Sasha. Her free program honestly was preparing for a quad, doing a quad, preparing for the next quad, doing a quad, and that was it. And still, she got the 3rd best component score. Like, tell me, where was her interpretation? Where was her performance, her skating skills? Like, she did absolutely nothing. She was stone-faced between all of the jumps because that was the only thing that she focused on. And still, like, her interpretation and performance got the 3rd best. I mean, she got better than Kurakova, who had her own little theater down there. How? I mean, the answer is ethereal, but still, I mean, come on. The only good thing from this is that if you take away 20 points from both Anna and Sasha that they didn't deserve, they would still be above Kurakova and Luna. So like, I think they deserve the medals honestly, but you can see that they are much more close here. And this is just an estimate that at least they should lose 20 points each. But maybe more, because I haven't analyzed everything to the like little millimeter. But like maybe Luna or I don't know, Kurakova could have taken a medal. At least if Luna would have skated clean, she definitely would have taken a medal. And therefore, I don't know, it's not lucky, but almost that she didn't, because if she would have done a clean free program, she would have honestly deserved a medal, but she wouldn't have gotten it. She too must have already known that coming out of the ice, even if she did her best and would have deserved a medal, she wouldn't get it, and that must honestly like impact you as a skater. I don't know if that was the reason for her falling, maybe not, but she did fall, and it was a letdown. And honestly, when I got to Camila, I just wanted to turn it off because I was so bummed and I knew that she was gonna win. But I watched anyways, and I'm glad I did, because she fell, which is very unusual for Camila. I honestly think she has a small risk of not winning at the Olympics, and if that should happen, first of all, she must fall a bit, which we saw now she actually can do, and secondly, Sasha, honestly, Sasha is the one who can take the gold. If she nails a triple axel once in a life and lands all of her 5 quads, she might be the winner. Because, I mean, even if she doesn't have any artistry at all, she gets points as if she were artistical. And I think that is why she tries the triple axel and all of her quads so much, because she does not want to just have bronze or silver. She wants that gold. She is competitive as hell. And the thing is, her feet are holding her back at the moment because she is injured. And I also think that is the reason, because she has like looks like a stone between her jumps, because she is so focused on them because of her pain. She's so focused that she has to land them because that is her signum, and what she loves about the sport is honestly jumping. She loves jumping. That is, I think, the best thing she knows in her life, to jump. But that takes away her artistry, because at the beginning of the season she did have more artistry in this program, and I think this program could be really cool for her if she just like gave it a little bit interpretation, just a tiny bit, because the music really suits Cruella. I think it's cool. Before we wrap this video up, I quickly want to mention the Swedish contestant of this program, which was Josefin Taljegård. She didn't do her best, unfortunately. She ended up in 14th place, but she is going to the Olympics. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo! I am thrilled, because I didn't think she would go. She earned a spot at the Worlds since she was 15th there, but the Swedish Olympic Committee are like nuts, because they have a rule that you have to be like able to place top 8 or else they won't send you to Olympics, and she isn't that good that she realistically can place top 8 at the Olympics. Then we also have another criterium, like if you are young and promising, they can send you too. But I mean, she's 26, she's basically 100 years old in figure skating years. But then we have a third option, and that is that the Swedish Figure Skating Union basically begs to our Olympic Committee, like, please send her. We want someone to represent us at the Olympics, and they allowed it, which is awesome. And I was honestly shocked, because figure skating has just let me down the last week. So that was a positive news, and I'm also happy because both for all of Sweden who get to see her at the Olympics, and also for the rest of the world, because she has amazing like performance. I will link her performance in the world down below, because that is truly something to watch. And I know she has a lot of fans around the world too, and they did a petition for her to go to Olympics, which is so cute. And I'm like honestly a bit proud of being a Swede, because she's from Sweden and people love her, even though I have absolutely nothing to do with her. That was everything from today. Please write in the comments what you thought of the free skate, who should have medaled. And I will see you next at the Olympics because I need to continue to vent about figure skating. Cheers!